Welcome. This is episode 2 of Corvid Conferences. Okay, so as we left off last episode, today we are talking about fictional female characters. Now, I kind of encouraged this meeting because yesterday at work, I was, working, and then, your head's off in, La La Land, daydreaming, whatnot. But I was thinking about Cinderella. Now, this kind of started because I had a conversation with a customer. Her favorite Disney princess was Belle, and I'm like, yeah, Belle's so great because I was a book nerd. I loved Belle, this and that. It got me thinking about other Disney princesses that I totally love. Now, I wasn't that little girl that had, a favorite. Now, Magpie here's favorite was The Little Mermaid for forever. But yeah. I never really had a favorite. They're all great in such different ways. As I was working, I just kept thinking about Cinderella and how great of a character Cinderella is. And I feel like she's not given enough credit for what a strong female character Cinderella is. Like, when you think strong female character, Cinderella is not normally what comes to mind for people. Yeah. And I want to fix that. So I'm going to start this off with talking about Cinderella. Okay? Yeah. So Cinderella actually was my favorite for a little bit. For a little bit? After Ariel. And then it was Rapunzel. Yeah, they're all good in different ways.
Yeah. My personality grew. And it kind of matched.
In fact, I think I do remember your Cinderella phase. That would have been when you were, around 8 or so. When you switched from Ariel to Cinderella.
Yeah.
Okay. Nowadays, you were let's watch a Disney princess movie. The one on my top list is going to be Mulan. Because Mulan's just an awesome movie. And all the songs are bangers. But I'm they're... even though Cinderella's, a slower-paced movie... I still like Cinderella as a Disney princess. Specifically, she has that quiet strength.
Yes.
Of, that enduring strength. And she, despite the fact that she was abused, she still chose to be the better person. And I think that's a great example of strong female characters.
Yeah, a very good example of turn the other cheek. And be patient.
So... yeah, great example of a strong character. Not your typical stereotypical strong female character. Though I don't think any of us here like those stereotypical strong female characters. Jay's shaking his head here. Jay, you've been really quiet.
I'm thinking Rey Palpatine, Captain Marvel. Can't stand them. Just boring. I know they had the new Superman movie come out, and they deal with, I think, the strength in a better manner. Of, it's not about the strength. It's about the content of his character, and that's why the strength works.
Exactly.
Versus Captain Marvel, who's just the girl boss. And that's all she has.
The Captain Marvel alone is a bad character. I just think that when everyone's that, you don't get the diversity of just the different kinds of strength. Once again, Cinderella is an entirely different kind of strength than a lot of other characters. And I think... I like just diversity and a variety of different personality types, so you get representation everywhere.
The difference between Mulan Classic and Mulan Remake.
Yeah, I don't really like the remake. That was...
not a good remake. Don't know what they were planning.
I liked it.
Of course you did.
I know, apparently we're going to go on a side tangent about remakes, because technically Disney's done Cinderella twice, but I would not consider the live action to be a live action remake of the original. It was just another take on the original fairy tale. I really like that. I think that's a good way to do it.
I don't think I've watched either of those, so...
I think the live action Disney Cinderella is just a good movie on its own. It is not an adaptation, or at least... they do make nods to the original animated Cinderella movie, but it's just another retelling of the Cinderella fairy tale. It's not an adaptation at all of the original animated Disney. Another fictional woman that I want to talk about is Nani from Lilo and Stitch. This is relevant right now. Wow, I'm really dominating this conversation. Okay, we're just gonna let me dominate it. Y'all have to listen to me.
Yeah. I know the Lilo and Stitch live action didn't go over too well with the fan base.
Yes and no. It is not a bad movie. And I think the themes they were working with are valuable themes. Once again, diversity, all kinds of stories, all kinds of themes, they're going to resonate with different people. I think the live action Lilo and Stitch had good themes about responsibility and stability when raising children and this and that. slight spoilers for those who haven't seen the movie, but like Nani chooses at the end to go off to college and leave Lilo's custody with, some family friends. It's different than the animated version, for sure. I prefer the animated version, for sure. But that Nani, Lilo was never a burden for her. Like, the theme then was that family sticks together was the theme of the original, and then they just kind of spit on that with this remake. And I'm not saying the themes of, sometimes you have to make the hard choice, and sometimes the choice is that you are not the best for this person that you care about.
Also, the live-action Nani versus the animated Nani had different desires and different passions. And so they were different people.
Yeah, they were entirely different characters. And so I don't think the live-action Nani is a bad character. I just think it's a bad adaptation of the also wonderful character Nani from the original animated version.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that if Disney was trying to, and Disney clearly wasn't trying to faithfully adapt their characters. So part of me is like, hey, if you're not going to make a good adaptation, maybe just make an original story. Like, how great of an original story would it have been for this older sister to have this younger sister and, like, trying to raise her after the death of their parents and, like, in the end choosing that her sister needs stability over her. Like, that's a really touching, heartbreaking, emotional story. And you can have fun alien subplots because it could be a wacky Disney movie. Like, it can totally be great. Just don't remake Lilo and Stitch. Don't have it specifically be Stitch and Lilo and this and that. And,
because it has expectations attached to it.
Right? There's already a loyal fan base. It's already, like, one of my favorite Disney movies.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't need to be...
Don't fix what isn't broken.
Yeah. By making all these changes, it's like they're saying that they don't like the original, and that hurts the feelings of all of those who love the original. And the original's fantastic. It's, like, it is one of my favorite Disney movies, and for good reason. And a part of that is the fact that Nani is a wonderful, and Lilo. Nani and Lilo are wonderful, three-dimensional characters that, in the original. And in the remake, they're also great written characters. I like both of them. They're just not, they're entirely different characters. And it's important to acknowledge that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're just different people. It's not an adaptation. It's just,
Mm-hmm.
Like, now I want to go on a tangent about remakes, but that's not the purpose of this episode.
Right? That'll be a different episode. We need to specifically focus on female characters.
Let's see, I thought of a few female characters.
Okay.
The main one that I was thinking of was Gwen Tennyson from the Ben 10 franchise.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah. So, like, in the classic series, I think it's typically just another supporting character. There's not too much there. She has her own stuff, but it's never, super incredible. Like, it's good, but
they got the personality right for her age, like a girl her age. She's, like, kind of annoying, but that's kind of natural.
What I'm specifically thinking of is her portrayal in Alien Force and Ultimate Alien, the two sequel series, even though they're pretty much the same series. She grows into a much more mature and responsible role, which is a big thing for most of the characters.
Mm-hmm.
But her specifically...
So it's not just the girl who is expected to grow to be more responsible. They make it even across the cast. Yeah.
I mean, Ultimate Alien, of course, completely shot Ben's character. Killed it. But Gwen even had, like, a full episode dedicated to her daily life and how much she has to go through, the responsibilities she holds.
I remember that episode.
Yeah, it's not easy being Gwen. It goes through showing how much schoolwork she has to do, how she helps out her mom, and whatever with whatever. Honestly, they have a few episodes dedicated to her, because now I'm thinking Grandma Verdona.
That was an awesome
Gwen
episode.
So yeah, it does really well with her character. It focuses on, she's not just powerful, and it toys with her power in an interesting way of, if she uses her power, she kind of loses herself.
Like, she is a side character, but they give time to flesh her out.
Yeah.
Which I think we did touch on briefly last episode, the importance of, you can spend time fleshing out side characters and make them seem more developed, but if their storyline isn't important, then maybe don't focus on them. But Gwen was important, and they felt that, so therefore they dedicated time to flesh her out.
I,
Yeah.
in fact, wouldn't even call her a side character when it comes to
I mean, yeah, they do a really good job
Kevin,
making...
Ben, and Gwen all being the trio.
Yeah, it's the trio.
They're the
it's
trio
not really
of the series.
a side character versus main character thing.
Well,
Especially since...
Ben is sort of the main character.
I mean, yeah, he's the main character. But, like, it goes out of its way to give not just Gwen, but also Kevin their own entire episode. Like, maybe the others do show up, but, like, the focus is on Gwen or Kevin or whatever. Like, Gwen, I can think of at least 3. It's Not Easy Being Gwen, the one with Grandma Verdona, and the, whatever their species is called, and the one with the cousin Sunny, who is just a recolored of the same model of Gwen. And that's another mostly Gwen-focused, at least in the beginning. So yeah, that does well having a good female character, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Pretty
Gwen's a good female character.
Well fleshed out.
And I think that's going to be a common theme through all this, is whether or not they flesh out, make the characters three-dimensional.
Yeah.
Because the characters, oh yeah, they should be making mistakes. They should be dislikable at times. Like,
Yeah.
we don't want the perfect little Mary Missus whose only fault is that they're clumsy sometimes. Like, no one wants that.
The adorable character.
The adore. Oh, Disney has been really, like, all their Disney princesses recently have been, like, adorable sprinkled on top. Like, that's a character trait. You had, like, Frozen where both of the sisters were, yeah, but they're adorable. And it kind of worked for Anna.
Not
But then you've
Elsa.
got, like, they tried doing it for, like, Raya in The Last Dragon. And you're like, this girl
Oh, yeah, that
grew
was
up.
a movie.
That was a movie.
Not a bad
was
one,
good.
but also not a good one.
But no,
It's kind of
actually,
this-
I think she is fleshed out in that movie.
It had nice themes of, like, trust and whatever. But I think
don't
I think
know.
Awkwafina takes it out for me.
Awkwafina's performance.
It's
It's not one of her worst performances. It's fine.
she's overdone.
But she's got such talent, you can't blame them for wanting to put her in everything.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, now we're talking about real characters. Back
like
to fictional.
like that's a different conversation of voice actors and are they good or not. Like the voice actor for Ben 10, Yuri Lowenthal. I don't know if I'd say he was good. He is incredibly recognizable. He's in everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he does have some roles that actually take some, like I can feel the emotion in the character. Marvel Spider-Man 2 had some good stuff. But mostly he's just Yuri Lowenthal.
Yeah.
Versus, like, the talent and being able to change your voice, like D. Bradley Baker and them.
Uh-huh.
Like Awkwafina, is it bad that she's in everything? Maybe, maybe not. But, like, you need to decide if that's the right person for the role.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Yuri Lowenthal, he has a very strong ability to portray young and youthful characters. He's really good at that. Like, he has
Mhm.
Spider-Man, Ben 10. I hear him randomly playing Star Wars The Old Republic. And he's really good at the young, youthful characters, like teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, same with the voice actor who does Gwen and Ellie from The Last of Us. And she's in Critical Role too.
Okay.
She's good at playing young teenagers, but, like, you know, different gender.
Yeah.
So it makes them, like, a good duo. So, like, is Awkwafina a good voice actor? Maybe. Maybe she is.
She's pretty good just actor in general. Like, I'm thinking of Jumanji.
Very much in the quirky character category, though. I'm thinking she was in Shang-Chi,
Uh-huh.
and
She was in that, yeah.
she was in the Ariel
The
remake, I
very
think, right?
comedy type stuff. I haven't seen the Ariel, Little Mermaid, the remake.
I haven't either.
I think they voiced, like, one of the Pelicans or sequels or whatever it is. Didn't she?
Okay, that makes
Okay,
sense.
They gave her a rap, I think, right? One of her songs is a rap.
I really liked her performance in the Jumanji movies, like pretending to be like an old man.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
hilarious. That's like
Oh,
you
yeah.
let the whole Jumanji movies are like you let the actor do their best.
Yeah.
Like it's
Like,
fantastic.
But with the Jumanji remakes, like, it's not bad movies. I think the main point of the movie was just to have a bunch of
A joke.
well-known actors
Yeah.
and comedians and stuff.
But it not only had well-known actors and comedians, but gave them a script that allowed
Yeah.
them to flesh out their talents and abilities.
Yeah, so I think that's what made Jumanji good. And Are they ever gonna have a third movie? I swear they teased it.
Yeah. Well, it left off on a cliffhanger.
I don't remember.
Like, I really liked Welcome to the Jungle, but I think the second one was a little worse.
So how it left off, a cliffhanger, the streets of the real world suddenly were flooded with rampaging ostriches.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So it's Jumanji
So it's like
coming
it's
back to the
supposed to
real
be
world
teasing
again.
it's coming back to the real world again.
Yes.
Okay.
That was a little off topic from
I know,
female characters. That's my bad.
We're fine. Yeah, I'm amazed at how well we stayed on topic last episode. Because this is our norm. Okay, so you talked about Gwen. What's the next character you want to talk about? You said you had a few.
I did. I mean, it was mostly just like characters in passing. Like, I'm big on Star Wars, so like Leia, Newbury, Amidala, Skywalker, Organa, Solo. I don't even know what her last name should be anymore.
I just stick with Leia Organa. You could just say Leia, and everyone in Star Wars knows who you mean.
And I think we did we talk about it last episode, or was it a completely different discussion of Leia versus Padme?
That would be an entirely different discussion. We did not talk about that last episode.
Like, Leia knew the risks. When she stole the Death Star plans, she knew what she was getting into. When Vader confronted her and she's all like, I'm on a diplomatic mission from Alderaan. He's like, no, you're part of a rebel alliance and a traitor. Take her away.
Yeah. I think that was our conversation about, because we have these conversations when we're not recording, guys. We had a conversation about Rogue One, and so it was like the end of that, where Leia's just,
which was
like
awesome.
Like, Leia was a strong female character, despite Slave Leia. She is a strong female character.
Exactly. That wasn't moments of weakness where you're captured in prison and forced to wear weird clothes. Is not like make you any less of a strong female character.
It was meant to shame her, and then in that movie, she used her chains to choke out Jabba.
Yeah.
Do not use that as an example of her not being a strong female character.
Exactly. So yeah, like Leia, even from the beginning, from the movie one, when they rescue the damsel in distress, and then she takes Luke's gun and she gets them out of there, rescues herself, when they're like, oh, we didn't think this through.
Like, George Lucas has always been rather progressive on that kind of stuff.
So Leia's a good, well-written character, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Versus Padme. Padme has more issues.
No, I think she's still a strong female character. She's just a strong female character with very obvious flaws in very. She's like the I can fix him type girl. Which there are girls that exist like that in real life. And
it's almost a different portrayal in Clone Wars versus the movies.
We don't see her in action as often.
In the beginning, it has like Obi-Wan and Captain. Was it Captain? They like changed out the character.
Panico?
That was in the first movie, I think. They like changed out the character and got a new guy in. I'm not entirely sure why.
Is it a new guy or just new actor?
Both. I wonder if there was like something going on with that actor. So they changed it out and decided to just change out the entire character. I mean, they did change his like race.
Antilles is the one that works with Leia.
Yeah.
Captain.
Not the point. Whatever his name is, him talking with Obi-Wan right before Padme and Anakin go off on their own, and they each have their moment of like talking about like they think their side of the equation is the problem, like Padme might be the problem or Anakin might be the problem.
Mm-hmm.
I think my main issue with Padme, and do I dare say female reporter character archetype?
She is that female reporter archetype. Yes, absolutely. She's the Lois Lane. Yeah.
My main issue with that is they're constantly doing illegal activities and expect to get away with it. And then they do because the plot requires it. So like Padme Amidala, Newbury, whatever, Lois Lane, Iris Rest.
You said Newbury? It's like, isn't it Naberry?
Whatever it is. And that chick from The Christmas Prince.
Yes.
Yeah. Breaking and entering is not legal.
Or the chick from Gargoyles, or the chick from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, just a bunch of these TV shows.
The reporter girl.
They're the same
detectives
paragon.
Or investigators. Mm-hmm. Like, it makes you go, like, you need to have a warrant for this.
And I don't think it's a bad entirely to have, like, for example, archetypes serve a purpose of helping you tell the story you want to tell. Like, it's like a shortcut, you know, where, like, you use this character and people automatically... Are you done? Okay. He's gotta drink his water. What was I saying?
The archetypes.
Yeah, archetypes serve a purpose, but if you overdo them, or, you know, you rely entirely on them without fleshing out the character out, like making the character three-dimensional, if it's just the archetype and not any other extra, you know, writing features that you've added to flesh them out, then it's a boring character. Like, a character that is just an archetype is a flat character.
Like, I know the Flash CW TV show, a lot of the fan base does not like Iris West in that. And, like, I understand it. She's kind of boring.
Also that same archetype. What are examples of them doing the archetype right? Like, it's been
Megamind?
Megamind.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't just play the archetype. It has a twist to it.
Yeah.
Of, like,
man.
But that's the best way to do archetypes, where it's like, yes, this is the archetype, but they're not, the character is not just the archetype. They are fleshed out.
You gotta tease it, though.
You have to have the normal archetype in order to have the ones who stand out, the ones with the twist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, like, you can't have all of them be the twist, otherwise that just becomes the new archetype.
Which is, once again, like, when we were talking about Cinderella, you gotta have diversity in your, like, strong female characters. Like, some of them are quiet strength, some of them are loud strength. If you don't have both, then it just gets boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, what I wanted to say was, with regards to the female reporter archetype, I finished watching the second season of My Adventure with Superman.
Okay.
I liked the first season, actually. Didn't really like the second season, but it has... Lois Lane is often the main character, the main focus, I think.
I think she is kind of the main character. I've only seen the first couple episodes.
I mean, it's still a Superman show. It just has a much stronger focus on the side characters like Jimmy Olsen, Lois Lane.
Okay.
And, like, it does do a lot of good stuff with her character, but also, like, I hate every time she breaks into a place to get a news story.
Breaking the law.
It's irresponsible, reckless.
Yeah.
And it is, I think, typically portrayed as a flaw. It just has its moments where it's like it's not. Where it just helps the story and nothing comes of it.
Yeah. They should have more of those, they get consequences, because...
Yeah.
That actually is done really well in...
It's okay to do it if you recognize that it's a flaw.
But, like, if the characters actually get in trouble, like big trouble because of what they chose to do, that's even better.
And I mean, My Adventure with Superman, not a perfect TV show, by any means. Like, I think my main issue with season 1, and this has nothing to do with it being a gay relationship, is the fact of who the gay relationship is. The brain in a jar, and his gorilla minion.
Yeah, that's weird.
They really decided to do that.
Like, that was their gay representation.
And it's like, wow, that's who you chose?
Wow, okay.
I can't make that up. I mean, they're not even, like, fully a villain. They're kind of in an antagonistic role in the episode they're introduced, but by season 2, they're kind of not even villains anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like, is fine. Multiverse, infinite universes, there's gonna be universes where they're not evil.
Yeah. It's
just really weird that that's the gay relationship they decided to have.
Well, maybe there'll be other gay relationships introduced in the show.
Oh yeah, there was, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know. I know is Livewire, who I know as a villain, is in, I think, like, the Justice League and stuff. And another female character who I'm not sure if she was in anything else as a lesbian relationship.
I recognize Livewire.
Yeah. It was Firestorm, maybe, I think it was.
Firestorm's... Wait, isn't Firestorm a dude? Is Firestorm a girl?
Did they gender swap it?
One moment while I Google
like
this.
Flash... What was it called? It was some stereotypical fire name.
Oh my God.
Like Flash Fire or something like that. Hold on, I'll look it up.
Okay. Magpie, was there any female characters you wanted to talk about? Jasmine. Okay.
Heatwave.
Heatwave.
Maybe. Yeah, Heatwave.
I have thoughts about Jasmine.
Oh yeah, Jasmine from Aladdin?
Specifically, also how they adapt Jasmine for the live-action remake.
Yeah, they changed.
Well, they have, like, in the live-action remake, like, Great song, by the way, Speechless. It's a bop.
Yeah.
But
And
they
in the
place
live
it-
action, I really love the character development of Jasmine.
But it's character development that wasn't part of her arc in the original. Like, it's in the live action, it's like her, like, because of the song Speechless, it's her learning to stand up for herself. That was never her problem in the original. Her
Mhm.
problem was that, like, she needed to marry someone according to the law. So it's like a different story arc for this character. So, like, entirely, once again, it's like basically they're entirely different characters.
I like it though. I think more girls need that story of getting it out of your shell.
Okay. How so?
I mean, besides, everyone in general needs to be better about speaking up and that kind of
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone needs to be better at speaking up.
Okay.
With the original, she didn't have that problem. She
Yeah.
was mouthy,
Oh, yeah, very.
which is also not bad. Like, she's a good character in the original.
I mean, it
So
helps.
I guess we gotta talk about them as separate characters.
It helps when the person she was talking back against you was the petite, little, short, mild-mannered father. Like, I can't say he's a very strong ruler and he's very open.
Oh.
Like, I wouldn't say he's a bad father, but...
Just like in Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah,
We'll talk about that next.
The father in
I-
Pride and Prejudice was also weak-willed. So good representation there, because guys can be weak-willed wimps too.
Yeah.
But it causes less...
Less friction.
No, with the daughters, it causes them to be...
And they're...
If you say, like, it causes them to be more rebellious, like, I'm not going to say it's not true, but I also
No.
think that
there are pros
having
and cons.
overly strict parents also causes rebellion in children.
Yes.
So it's, like, correlation, not causation, so I don't want you going, like, being like, because he was weak-willed, his kids were more rebellious. He just had rebellious daughters, and then chose not to do anything about it because he was weak-willed.
but there was less discipline.
Like, there's
And
definitely...
Less
especially in
discipline
Pride
in
and
the
Prejudice.
daughters.
I'm mainly talking about Pride and Prejudice now. I kind of put
Okay.
Jasmine on the side.
Yes.
But, like, Lydia and Kitty, like, them especially, like, Jane and Elizabeth less so, because Jane and Elizabeth, like, discipline themselves.
Yes.
But Lydia and Kitty and Mary, even, didn't have, like, hardly any. Jay's, like, blank face. Like, who are these characters? You're saying a bunch of names. They were not very, like, disciplined. And yeah, it is a parent's job to help their children, like, help raise their children into the best
Yeah.
people they can.
To discipline when it's necessary,
And especially, yeah, discipline when it's necessary.
but
So,
to
like,
always show love.
Jane and Elizabeth, who, like, had manners and this and that, like, Elizabeth did not always have manners, but Jane was perfect.
No.
She was beautiful and wonderful.
That's a good point, because Elizabeth also wasn't completely disciplined, as she should have been at times.
Exactly.
With her words.
So, yeah, parents who are maybe listening, oh wait, no, our parents listen to this. Our parents are doing good. Our parents discipline us.
But not too strictly.
I mean, we're all adults now, so...
You can't ground us anymore, Mom.
Like, I'm paying my rent. There's nothing you can do about me.
So, about parenting. If you're a marble, you want to be free. So, try to spin a marble around on a plate, and it eventually will fall off. Here's where I'm getting to.
Okay.
You need walls to help that marble stay safe, so that they can be as free as they want within the boundaries that they have.
I prefer the pilot flying above the tree line analogy,
Okay.
if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I guess I'm doing that now.
Yeah, not all of our audience is gonna know.
So a pilot flying above a tree line, and all the other pilots have this thing of, like, a game. They try to get as close to the tree line as they can without hitting the tree line, because, if a plane hits a tree, bad stuff happens.
Yeah.
Wow, who knew?
So, this pilot, what he decides to do is, instead of trying to get as close as possible to the line that if you cross it, there's no going back, he's going to put a distance of 100 meters. He will always be at least 100 meters above the tree line. That's the line he's given himself. And if he passes that line, if he goes 95 meters above the tree line, he's able to pull himself back up and no harm has been done. But if he intentionally tries to get as close as possible to the real line, the line that can't be crossed, then if you do cross it,
it's gonna be bad.
You crash.
Mm-hmm.
And that works really well for children. Like, if you're gonna do a bad decision, you know, whatever bad decision a child's gonna do.
Children do tend to push boundaries, so they want to get as close to that line as possible.
And this maybe might be more important for teenagers who are growing into more adult life and stuff like that. But if you put a boundary before you've gone too far, then you're able to pull yourself back. And different people might have better ability to pull themselves back and might be able to put the line farther down before. But other people they go past that line and they keep going.
Yeah.
And they need to pull themselves back up.
Because it is really hard to climb back up once you've fallen.
Yeah.
So a parent can set the line for their kids until their kids are old enough to know themselves and set the line for themselves.
And ideally, the parent teaches them how to set the line.
How to set the line, yes. So back to fictional characters?
Parenting techniques over.
Parenting techniques from people who don't have children of their own.
Hey, that analogy worked very well for me.
So, Pride and Prejudice.
Apparently that's what we're talking about now.
Alright, talk about Lydia and Kitty. They're silly and wild.
Yeah, silly and wild. They're teenage girls. Yeah, they're silly and wild.
I was like that when I was younger, too.
You had no shame. And I, the one with anxiety, would have a lot of secondhand embarrassment that you would have zero first-hand embarrassment over. So yes, I would say that you had more... You were able to be controlled more than Lydia and Kitty. Well, Kitty was fairly controllable. It was Lydia who was just out of control. I feel like with each kid they had, the Bennets had, their kids got more and more out of control, so Lydia, being the youngest, was like the wildest. And maybe a slight topic on parenting, I guess, but like,
Again.
Make sure you don't, because I think that happens in some people where they're like, I was the oldest child, I was the one that was parented the most, and the youngest child was parented the least. So I think we do see that in real life as well. So maybe... Hey, if you want fleshed out characters, it's totally believable to write the youngest as less parented than the oldest, but also maybe we shouldn't let that happen as much in real life.
Maybe do the reverse, be a little bit more lax with your first kid, and then if you're planning to have more kids, they can learn responsibility by being
I know,
the
don't
older
get up
kid.
on your kid's back every time they get a bad grade when it's your oldest kid, but... Make sure that you do pay attention to the grades of your youngest kid. You know, like, treat your children equally. Do your best. Love them equally. Treat them equally. Back to the characters. You kind of see yourself in Lydia and Kitty?
I love attention. That might be, like, the Sagittarius in me, but also I'm really shy. So that's not...
I see you as more, because of that shyness, more of a Kitty than a Lydia.
Yeah.
Because Lydia was, like, the extrovert, whereas Kitty was, like, her shadow.
You're a shy extrovert.
Yes, it's true. I'm a shy extrovert.
I don't know how that works.
Me neither. I've been through a lot.
I know, Jay's like the shy introvert. And then me,
I used to be a more not shy introvert.
When you get going about a topic that you're knowledgeable about, you open up more. But I think in when we go into a social situation, you start off shy until you get a little bit more comfortable. I can be very shy, but mostly it's like my anxiety kicks in. Because I can be...
Like, that's what it is for me. It's not really shyness so much as anxiety.
Okay, so you and I are just balls of anxiety then.
I got so much worse after I graduated from high school.
You became an adult, and now you're like, I got
When
anxiety.
I had a consistent social group, it was a lot easier. But now I realize just how little friends I had.
Yeah, Pride and Prejudice is good, too, because you've got this family, and they're very clearly all raised together. Jane Austen wrote her stories really well. But yeah, you've got these siblings who are very clearly raised by the same parents, who very clearly, like, grew up together, but are still so different personality-wise, which I think you do see in families. I mean, here we are talking about some of us are introverts, some of us are extroverts, and we grew up in the same family. So I really like the Pride and Prejudice family, because they're just so similar sometimes, and yet so different sometimes. And I think, staying on topic of, that family's got a lot of girls. If we just talk about the family, we're, like, on topic.
No, yeah. Strong female characters. Like,
just
you can talk about
the
a lot
family.
of Pride and Prejudice characters.
I still know nothing about that.
There's
you
a lot
need to read it.
There's a lot you can learn about
Woman?
sociological stuff.
Is that even a word? Sociological?
Yeah.
A word is whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
All words are made up.
You know, social stuff, and there's a lot you can learn about. What's the study of people's brains?
Psychology.
Yes, psychology. There's a lot you could learn of psychology.
I just like the character development in the story. Like, it's called Pride and Prejudice for a reason. Like, you know,
oh wow.
like Elizabeth
You don't say.
starts out, like, Mr. Darcy starts out very prideful, and Elizabeth starts out prejudiced, and then, or vice versa, and then they end up, like, they're both proud and they're both prejudiced.
Yes.
And that's what gets in the way of their happily ever after until they figure it out, and, like, they're not perfect by the end of the story, but they've learned and they've improved.
And you've got to have someone that you got to grow, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be...
Characters have to have that character development, that character arc. Yeah.
I watch a lot of videos on storytelling and how to write stories and stuff like that because I'm an aspiring author. But a lot of times, an example that's brought up for characters is, I think, Mr. Darcy is what he said.
Yeah, Darcy.
I think he's often used as an example for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe
Mr. Darcy's relatable because he's, like, shy and awkward.
He's not the social type.
He's not the social type. He's relatable.
No, really, we should have you watch it.
Do we
Jay.
have a copy of this book? Or
I do have a copy of the book. I will send you. I got the book on my phone. I got a digital copy.
I haven't read it, but I've watched the 7-hour version twice or 3 times, and I've watched the Keira Knightley version maybe twice, maybe 3 times.
Have I made you watch the Lizzie Bennet Diaries?
No.
I need to make you watch that. That's my favorite, like, modern day adaptation.
And then there's Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
Yeah, we've also seen that a few times.
Why do you keep stealing my blankets?
Magpie's cold. Magpie's living up to their name.
I have blankets. Why are you taking them off my shelves?
This one was quieter to grab. I will put it back nicely.
And, like, Jane has a character arc, too, because Jane starts out quiet. Jane's also relatable in has trouble, wants to treat everyone nicely, but because they treat everyone nicely, you don't know that you're someone they like more than average.
Yeah.
Because they have, like, trouble expressing their emotions and opening up that way, and that's relatable in a different way.
Yeah.
So that's Jane's character flaws. Even though she's so sweet and kind to everyone, she treats everyone the same, so you don't know if she likes you more than anyone else.
It's true.
And she has trouble, like, expressing, like, her dislike of things. And, like, it's kind of a pushover. So that's Jane's character arc. Is she learns to, like, stand up for herself a little bit. Especially when she starts insulting, characters in the books. Because, like, in the story, she won't insult anyone ever. And then later she's like, I hate to say it, but maybe so-and-so is less trustworthy. And Elizabeth's like, are you being mean to someone? Like, she's so shocked. It's great. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's a great example of, like, all the characters have flaws. All of them. But they all, like, grow as a character because of the events that happen in the story. It's just a well-written book.
Not just because of the events, but because of the way the characters
interact
complete
with each other. Yeah.
Like, there's similarities and differences, but when they come together...
Some events happen for the sake of the plot, but those events are few and far in between. The rest is just people reacting to the plot, and that continues the story and continues, like, because something happened, it affects the way they do their lives. So because Mr. Bingley moves to town, the story starts. But, you know, if he never moved to town, technically the military group with Wickham would still come. So, like, some plots happen for the sake of plotting, like, Bingley moves to town is a plot point. Mr. Wickham arriving is a plot point. Those are few and far between. It's because Mr. Bingley moves to town that their mom does this, and then this, and this, and this. And then because Wickham comes in, Elizabeth befriends him, but which causes this to happen and this to happen. So the characters don't just exist in a void. It's not just the plot happening to them. They're living and reacting in the story as fully fleshed out characters, which is what we want to see in all of our characters in general, whether or not they're female or male. And I think that's a strong character, is a strongly written character as a more fleshed out character. Whether or not they're actually, like, strong emotionally or physically. Because I would not say that all of the Pride and Prejudice characters are strong characters. I would, like, Elizabeth's mom comes to mind. Mrs.
Now,
Bennet.
do you mean strong character like the character is bad, or strong like the person?
I think there's a difference, and this character was written strongly. Like, this is just a well-written character, and this character is strong because of reasons. Like, when I was talking about Cinderella is strong because of reasons. She's just a strong character because of her moral and, like, emotional strength that I think is very admirable. And, like, we can have, like, physically strong characters too that are fantastic, and I love to see it. Like Luisa in Encanto. She's great. Yeah. But she has, like, once again, she's more, like, she has moments where she's like, I'm physically strong, but I'm, like, emotionally worried about this and that. And then there are times where she can't lift things because her magic's weakening and this and that. And so I feel like they give her, like, they flesh her out more and give her weaknesses and moments weakness so she's not, like, a Mary Sue. Because no one likes a Mary Sue.
Yeah.
But basically, like, we want our characters to be well written, and we want our characters to have a strength, but I don't think every character needs to have, well, like, every character needs to have a strength, but they don't need to be a strong character. So, like, Mrs. Bennet comes to mind. Part of what makes her character work is that she's kind of a minor antagonist in Pride and Prejudice to her daughters. Because she wants them to get married. Like, her strength is
she's
her...
so hasty.
Determination. Yeah.
And
but just because it's a strength doesn't make her a strong character. Like, she's kind of a weak character. And is something that, like, her daughters need to be like, we don't want to end up like our mom. So she's, like, kind of an antagonist in that way.
Yeah.
Pride and Prejudice is good.
I've been thinking a lot about... Here's why the, end of the movie Lovers works is because of how much they grow because of the other person, because of their partner.
Yeah.
And so people need to look for that in a future spouse. Like, you don't need to always have everything the same. You don't have to agree with everything, but you need to find something that makes you grow as a person. And you need
to be willing to grow with them.
Yeah, and you need to find someone that completes you. So yeah.
The romantic here, Magpie.
Yes. And Pride and Prejudice is really good at that.
It is a very romantic story. It's great. It's fantastic.
Now, what's that other character I was thinking of? I just had it. Ugh.
You can talk about something else while you think of that.
Or we can cut this
Oh, yeah. Ginny Weasley.
Oh,
okay.
We all know, of course, that the movies didn't portray her as very much.
Same with Ginny.
I don't know if the books ever did either, though. We know that, like, physically she's strong, or that kind of archetype. She's good at dueling.
She was the sporty girl, yeah.
Sporty, hexes people when they get on her nerves.
And her howlers?
She does have emotional moments where she, like, opens up and shows her inner strength, though. Like, when Harry's avoiding all his friends and stuff because he's worried about Voldemort seeing through his mind or whatever, and she, like, forces him to sit down and is like, hey, guess what? You know someone who's been possessed by Voldemort. Why aren't you coming to me with your worries and fears? Like, I am there for you. I think she is such a strong character and well-written character in the books. She is a side character, yes. Side character. But that doesn't mean that she doesn't have her own, like, character aspects. Her character arc where she goes, you know, from being energetic little girl who with no experience in the world, like sheltered but energetic, hopeful little girl, to being this girl who went through something traumatic and is quiet, closed off, and then she learns to open up herself to the world, but with like strength to protect herself from danger in the future. So like that whole character arc for her is fantastic. And like, yes, it happens fairly early on, but she doesn't, like, it's not those like TV shows where like they erase one character's character arc that they had in one episode so they can have a similar one in another episode.
Ugh.
She has her character arc, and then she just keeps getting stronger and more knowledgeable as the years passed. And like her later books arc is kind of her growing confident enough to start dating, and like she tries to move on from Harry, so she dates around, does this and that. So like she does have like smaller character arcs in the later books as well. But it's
then
like
she winds up with Harry anyways.
And then she winds up with Harry anyways, which isn't because she waited for him, though. Because she didn't wait for him, and I think that's nice. It just so happened that they were both in the stage of life where they were able to fall back in love with each other again. But, like, she wasn't going to wait for him. She had a little crush on him as a little girl, and then she got over it, or tried to, you know? And so I respect that as a character, too. Because it wasn't the romantic girl who's holding on for her dream guy to, you know, fall in love with her, this and that. No, she was like, I'm going to move around. I'm going to have fun with my life. I'm going to date around. I'm going to live.
It was still her actions that I think led Harry to actually falling for her.
It was her being herself who finally was like, I'm going to just be myself and live my life.
Like she came with him to the Ministry to fight, or to go save Sirius, and then wound up fighting Death Eaters. That was not a non-zero factor in Harry falling in love.
Yeah. Yeah, so I like Ginny in the books. Ginny in the movies is... The script writers did not give the actress enough material to work with. It's just a very flat, boring character who, like, yells at one point, but it's so out of character, whereas, like, Book Ginny would yell at people all the time. Like, you could totally see her as the kind to curse people and to scold people and this and that, but the one time, like, she raises her voice to scold people on the Quidditch field, you're like, oh, that's right, she plays Quidditch. Like, she's just much less fleshed out in the movies.
Honestly, I think that's one of J.K. Rowling's strength in writing is the characters.
Yes, even the side characters get fleshed out, they have character arcs, it's fantastic.
Like, I typically think of J.K. Rowling as being really good with foreshadowing.
Uh-huh.
Like, characters.
Yeah.
Like, I get annoyed at, like, the later books for having them all as angsty teenagers. Even that's good characters, though.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think we can talk about women in media without talking about the Bechdel test.
Oh, yeah, the Bechdel test.
What?
Okay.
So, Magpie, the Bechdel test.
Jay, do you want to explain it? We're going to make the guy explain it.
It is a very shallow test to see if a female character in anything is a good female character. It revolves around one simple thing. Does a female character and a female character have a scene together discussing whatever without it being about a man?
Now, can they have a full conversation without guys being mentioned?
That's
the Bechdel
basically
test.
it. And it's pathetic because that's not how anything works.
Okay, so you're making the argument
it's meant to distinguish it from if the character's reliant on men or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's meant to be the divide of men versus women, which is a big reason why I don't like it.
So the Bechdel test makes the argument that if they can't have a conversation, you know, about men, then it's a very men-reliant story, and therefore the women are weak and are only there to... Basically, it's like a do you have strong female characters test, and there is value in the test, I feel like, because if everything you ever written ever does not pass the Bechdel test, I think you need to reassess your writing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I do...
It's not a catch-all.
I do agree with Jay, it's not a catch-all, because if your main character is this little boy and his best friend's another little boy and they just go off on an adventure, then having a scene where the two little boys' moms are in the kitchen talking about their sons
It's relevant
is
to
not
the story.
Yeah, it's not any reflection on the mothers in this case, because of course they're going to talk about their sons. It's the thing they have in common, and this
Or
and that.
it is a reflection of their strength.
Yeah, the fact that they're good moms who care for their kids. You know, if their kids got lost in the woods, and the scenes them panicking about their lost sons.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking of Stranger Things again. Joyce. Does Joyce pass the Bechdel test in season 1?
No. But, like, it's a very basic way to go about it. Like, I think Rick and Morty has a scene dedicated to basically insulting the Bechdel test, where it has, like, it's the whole thing of a meta narrative, where, like, they're on a train that's, like, a storytelling plot device.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all, every joke in the episode's, like, about the meta universe and stuff and storytelling.
Okay.
So they have the scene of, we need to write, like, a strong female character or whatever. Morty, tell a story about two women talking about anything other than men. And it makes a big joke about using their woman powers and vaginas to fight against an army of spiders or something like that. So it's meant to be the most over-exaggerated, over-the-top woman empowerment thing. And I think it's a good example of exactly the flaws of the Bechdel test. It doesn't actually matter.
Like, you can still be sexist,
Yeah.
even if you have a scene where women don't talk about men. Like, it is good to be aware of the test, because I think there is, once again, like, if everything you wrote doesn't pass it, then reassess your writing.
Like, the difference between, like, that and, like, the sexy lamp of if you replace the female character with an attractive lamp, does it change the story in any way? Magpie's giving a confused look again.
Yeah, Magpie's like, what? I'm like, I'm just not...
It's meant to be like, does the female character play a part in the story? Or are they just the damsel in distress?
Oh.
So, like for example, in the Mario games, like the early Mario games, where the only thing is going and saving Peach, if you just replace the Peach sprite with, like, a lamp, it doesn't change anything.
Bowser's so mean. He's always stealing that one lamp.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, oh, you replace it with anything else. You replace it with a cake that Mario likes, and it doesn't change anything. Versus, like the Mario movie, you can't replace Peach with an inanimate object because Peach actually plays a role in the movie.
She has a character,
changes the story.
And, like, I'm not saying that's a flaw with the early Mario games. It's a 2D platformer. It's not meant to be complicated. It's not even telling a story.
Yeah.
So, are there good examples of just damsel in distresses that don't do anything? Characters?
Absolutely. The fairy dance arc in Sword Art Online. Where the main lead Asuna is just in a cage the entire time.
She tries to escape.
And fails. Utterly.
But without her, he wouldn't have gotten the key card.
Okay, you got me there.
She does one thing.
She does one singular thing.
But at least she doesn't sit around doing
That's
nothing.
one of the things that actually improves in Sword Art Online Abridged. It has... Her entire thing is not staying in the cage. She's able to leave anytime she wants because she's a capable female character or whatever. That's the excuse. But the reason she's staying is specifically to disrupt the evil guy's plans by terrorizing his workers and making it so they can't work on mind control. That's what they decided to do with her character, and it works.
Oh.
Because it's not, she's just waiting around to be rescued, she's doing something.
Are you talking about, like, a remake?
Yeah, SAO Abridged is a YouTube series that basically re-edits and gives new voice lines and all that stuff.
Oh.
It just retells the story, basically.
So it takes the original subject matter, and they're like, and we're gonna use the same footage. Yeah.
Okay, I might have to check it out.
It's so good.
Okay.
like what they do with Sugua, Alifa, whatever you want to call her. In the original series, it's a weird incest plot point, which, it's an anime, it's Japan, it's a different culture.
No, that's weird. No,
Even then. But what they do is, it's not even about that at all. it's about their relationship as siblings, not their romantic relationship.
Yeah.
And it's about, like, it has the big breakthrough moment at the end of she saw her brother before going into SAO, and he never fought for anything. He just escaped reality into the video games.
Mm-hmm.
But then when he comes back and he finds something to fight for, and he spends the entire arc going to rescue his girlfriend, and it's like, if you're able to fight for stuff, why did you never fight for me?
Mm.
And it's so, it almost made me cry a couple of times.
Okay.
So yeah.
So, to summarize?
Actually, could we rewind a little bit? Because I missed
To
something
what?
that I wanted to talk about
Yeah.
with Jane
Absolutely.
from Pride and Prejudice.
Okay, yes.
Okay. So, she is really patient. And when Bingley, her love, ends up leaving, and there's a misunderstanding, she doesn't know what he thinks of her, and he doesn't know what she thinks of him. It's just a long, long while of just staying at the house or going on. I think she went on a little trip with her aunt and uncle.
And, like, she, on that trip, goes to see him. So, like, that's her being proactive. So, like,
Yeah.
good on her for, like, that's, like, part of her growth as she goes from being more passive to being more active.
Yeah, so I did want to get your opinion on, like, waiting for a man.
But she stops waiting.
Yeah.
She gives up and decides to, like, move on with her life. Like, she goes to see him. She does something about the fact that she does like him and wants to see him again. And then, of course, there she, spoiler, is lied to by Bingley's sisters, who says, like, he's moved on. He doesn't want to see you. And then she's like, she takes that information. It's like, okay, he's moved on. That means I'm going to move on with my life. So once and same thing with the Ginny. Like, I like it when the character isn't living their life for the guy. She's like, no, I'm just gonna live my life. Whether or not that is pursuing the guy, but when she gets, once again, when characters get the no, I like it when they respectfully back off. Now, in Jane's case, it wasn't the truth, but, like, how was she supposed to know Bingley's sister was lying? See,
Yeah.
I kind of like Jade. Like, that's, I think, an improvement from how she started out as a character. Like, that was where her growth was going.
Yeah.
That she was going to be more open about how she felt.
I really
And
want
was
to
gonna be
know,
less passive.
how long has it been since she, like, saw Bingley last to where she finally saw him again?
2 years.
Probably a few months. Wasn't it a few months?
Yeah. Like, it seems like the whole series was, like, almost a year.
Probably. Maybe a year or two was the whole book.
Yeah. That's a long time.
To summarize.
Make women people because they have rights now?
They have rights now? Why is that question? Flesh out the characters like they're fully dimensional people.
Yeah.
With
Okay.
wants,
I mean,
dislikes,
do that with any character.
weaknesses,
but, like, yeah.
strengths.
They have rights now?
They have rights now? When did that happen?
To summarize, also, you can be a Cinderella or a Jane and still be strong.
Yes! Absolutely! I'm gonna defend my quiet strength characters. Yes.
Yeah.
But also the loud strength characters are good too. Diversity is important. That's mine to summarize. Having not just like, when people just say diversity, you think just, different physical appearances kind of diversity. No. Let's do the different personality diversities. Give me your shy characters, your quiet characters, your more passive girlies, and they can be, like, flesh them out and make them three-dimensional too, because we need all the girlies in order to have, a great cast of characters. All the girlies and guys. Give us shy, meek guys. Like, let's see some diversity.
There's no right way to write a character. Just a bunch of wrong ways.
Yes.
Just flesh them out is basically all I'm asking for. And if all the girls in your story are all the same kind of girl, then maybe you're writing it wrong. Because even in a family like the Bennetts, you're going to get different personality types. Yeah, basically, like, in your story, make sure every character is different and unique and fleshed out, especially the girls. So you don't just have damsel in distress characters, and you don't just have Mary Janes, and you don't just have the kick-butt ninja girls who train the guy. And you're like, why don't you just be the chosen one? That's also an archetype.
Yeah.
And I guess we're next talking about adaptations. Is that what we want to talk about next?
Adaptations
Yeah.
and remakes.
Adaptations and remakes. Okay.
All right.